He grew up working and helping his grandmother in Texas make barbecue. And you actually may know him from the Great American Barbecue Challenge, which is on Netflix. He's one of the judges. He is so kind in that show. His food is so good. I have never been disappointed by Bloodstones, not once. All right, we are here at Bloodstones. We've got 2 trays of food here. We have our sides and our cornbread separate from the meat, and the meat is heavy.
Ooh, I can smell the pork.
Oh,
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. They're so good.
wow. Just visually, I'm already like,
I am going to cleanse my palate by having some sweet tea to start.
I'll join you with a little sweet tea sip.
I'll join you with a sweet tea palate. May your day be full of meats and never stress. But that's nice.
Brisket is beautifully sliced. Has such a nice little bark.
Really nice and soft, easy to pull. Falling off so well that it's like I can't even get it on the fork.
Honestly, I pinched it with my thumb and my finger.
Yeah, it's got a nice crispy edge, soft and tender in the middle, but not like mushy or chewy. It has like some bite to it. The trick to this brisket is it's soft enough to pull on, but it's got that burnt, good, chewy texture.
I do think that the previous place had more visible moisture to the brisket.
Yep.
But I like the doneness of this quite a bit. But I think the flavor on this is much more bam. I'm gonna move into this pork. I just picked up a particularly beautiful, fatty, tender piece just sitting right on top. Oh, holy shit. It doesn't need sauce.
Wow.
There's so much flavor.
The pork is really.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like when the pulled pork's that brown, that like tannish brown. Oh man, this on some nachos, this is insane.
Oh,
Yeah, this would be good for nachos, for sure.
tastes like the word barbecue.
It does.
You know, just the pork.
Okay, I'm going for rib town. These ribs look picture perfect. They really do. I don't even want to eat it.
The meat has pulled away from the bone, and yet it is a perfect straight line slice.
Listen, there's 2 types of people. You watch it, and then there's me. That's good. That is a very interesting flavor. I've never tasted that.
Yeah, it is so unique.
The other ribs were good, but the fact that they were like they were in a good way, like slam.
This is like the kind of rib that your dad eats, and he stops and he looks at his wife, and he smiles, and he's like,
And then they go home and make another baby. These are baby making ribs.
let's move on over to our mac and cheese moment. This mac and cheese looks so beautiful.
It's creamy in the right way.
It's creamy, like Rashawn said, you can see the spices floating in it. And this is exactly what I remember the first time I had Bloodstones. Everybody took a bite of something and were like, oh, that's the best that. And then they had the next bite, it's like, oh, wow, that's the best that.
I'm gonna try this potato salad.
Wow! What the f***? Holy shit! Am I allowed to curse on this show?
You sure are.
Okay, holy shit! This is one of the best potato salads I've ever had. This whole meal was an experience. Bloodstones is something else.
One more. Rashawn's place is our last stop, and we gotta head and try one more barbecue place. First place had some of the best ribs, so surprising to me how good they were.
Yep.
This place, such a well-rounded restaurant. The sides were out of control.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what our last spot has to offer.
And you know what, boys? I think would be even better if we all took the wet ones and we just got those hands real good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're so right.
My stomach is getting full, but my mind is open.
Right?
As long as you're free in your mind, baby, they can never imprison you.
These wet ones smell so delicious.
They're like a tropical splash.
I wish we were sponsored by these wet ones. Wet ones. Get yourself some. They're wet.
Wet ones. You go well with barbecue.
Don't make a mess. Be blessed. Wet one.
So we were parked, we had finished our Bloodstones, a car came whizzing by, and they just decided they did not like the look of my left side driver's side mirror. They took it clean out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this actually happened. Mirror is quite spiderwebbed now. I had to pick it up off the ground, I snapped it back in. Jeez Louise. They didn't totally f up my car, but they did hit my car, which is hilarious because at the beginning of the show I did say I hope we don't get in an accident. Will we get in a wreck today? Alright, so Rashawn, we're going to your place. Where are we headed next?
Keith, we're headed to Boneyard Bistro. They're just nice, big, meaty, dinosaur-looking bones. I feel like you're gonna get a good helping. And I do think that all 3 of these plates are gonna be so different. Based on the flavors that we've had, I think this is gonna be a nice change of pace. Would you open a barbecue restaurant?
I've definitely thought about it, and it's something that I think might be a lifelong goal, is to open a barbecue place and open a fried chicken place.
If you open a restaurant that does barbecue, I'll sleep in the back.
You'll be working there.
I'll be your lead hostess.
Rashawn will be our mainstay jazz performer.
Yeah.
Poker tournaments that Jared can run.
I'll run a bunch of poker tournaments during jazz night, and then I'll sleep in the back every night with a full little belly.
You really want to sleep in the back?
I just want to own a restaurant so I can sleep in the back.
Oh, I want to sleep on the flat top grill.
Boneyard Bistro. First of all, the logo is intense. It feels like a motorcycle gang. We got 2 sauces. These are pork ribs, but they are massive. I thought they were beef ribs when I saw them, but they're actually pork ribs. They're just the biggest ones I've ever seen.
Yum, 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 yum.
Oh my god.
It smells so good. There's a lot of accoutrement presented with this meal.
The single deviled egg with the bacon on it.
I know, right? Somehow it smells kind of like a delicious burger in my car. I think it's because of the pickled onions and like the other things that are everywhere.
I'm gonna take a bite of this brisket.
Wow, this is the best brisket so far.
Oh, whoa. That is a tender piece of brisket. Oh my god.
The best brisket so far.
Brisket is rich. It is rich and fatty and salty and flavorful, and the bark is really good. All right, I'm gonna dive into this pork. Well, this is a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's not your traditional pulled pork flavor.
I don't love it as much as some of the other pork today. I think it's good still, but the Bloodso's pork, I do think beats this one out.
Alright, do we want to try this Texas sauce with the ribs?
Oh, I love the flavor. It tastes like steak.
Almost, I don't want to say that Montreal steak seasoning.
You nailed it. So I like these ribs. They do come clean off the bone. They are a little bit tougher than I'd like.
I like to, work. I want to get in there.
Between the salt and the sauce, it is like a really overwhelming amount of flavor.
It's a lot of salt. These would weirdly accent like a homemade grilled burger very well.
You know, it tastes like a backyard barbecue moment.
It's very genuine rib, but it's so soft. This is beer barbecue. For sure.
Look at the inside of these little fried mac and cheese bites. It is gooey.
I'll say that looks the coolest. Of all the stuff we got, I think this is like the most fun and delicious looking.
Or I'm going in for it. This only helps me define this as a beer barbecue spot.
It makes
This
sense
place
for the
is-
biker gang. This is like a perfect kind of food for a biker
Yeah.
gang. Yeah, let's start a cool-ass biker gang where Sean will take point.
What would your motorcycle gang name be?
Rashawn and the size queens.
Damn.
I really like this. I do think the brisket was the star of this platter.
The ribs were something when I was eating them, I could tell that someone else could love them.
You're talking to me because I am pickled. I am a salty queen.
It's going to be tough, but it is time for us to go park, have our little tailgate debate, and see who won today's restaurant recommendation battle, baby. All right, we have completed our 3 platters of barbecue today. What a day it was. It truly was delicious, and every store had something that I thought was the best of the day. But let's start with Gus. I thought the ribs
Yo,
were
what's up, Pringles? Welcome to the stream.
Take some of the best ribs
You
of the
want
day,
ribs?
baby, and ribs are
I
a
want
big
ribs.
part of a barbecue journey.
Some would say ribs are the most important.
Some would.
What's going on,
Probably.
Pringles?
Jesus would. The rib.
Jesus would?
Jesus would.
Wow.
He's always talking about ribs in
You
the
know,
Bible.
you're right. The Bible does talk about ribs a lot. Life came from it.
I do agree the ribs were very strong. I did not really care for the pulled pork. It was nothing.
Can you hear me, Pringles? Nothing much, just finished streaming.
I like the pulled pork.
Oh, nice.
It needed a sauce.
Served with the sauce most times, guys.
Yeah, most times.
But I think the second one was really delicious. I thought they came out banging. I thought the entire meal worked really well together. All of the flavors worked across the board.
Well, Bloodso's gave me the hat. It was a little much.
It was a little bribey.
It was a little bribey.
The macaroni and cheese there. That potato salad was so good. You could see the flavors through the thick plastic covering. I was like, oh, they're not f***ing around. They know.
Every part of the meal was delicious. There was no weak link at Bloodso's. It was the most me style of barbecue Bloodso's. But like our last place, Rashawn's spot, I thought was incredible, but it wasn't my style of barbecue.
I like salty, savory, so that the meats were really, really salted and flavored. So I could eat that all day.
Yeah.
But of the briskets, I'm gonna go Gus. Wow.
Really?
Gus was good.
I was gonna go bistro.
I was gonna go Bloodso's, which is what I thought I would go with. I think that Bistro was pushing flavor. They wanted to bring something new to the barbecue game. They had a lot of accoutrement with it. They had a lot of heavy salt. They had the fried mac and cheese. Only one restaurant can take the cake of the tailgate debate finger pointing winner award. As you know, we have foam fingers. and that's how you know you've won. So we're each going to vote. Now, here's something I wanted to bring. Some of our commenters suggested to really make it fair, you cannot vote for the place that you vouched for. You must vote for one of the other two. All right, Jared, you're going to lead us off.
Give it to the overall, just as a meal, no real misses, all real hits. For me, that's close.
Whoa, it took the head. So between Gus's and Bistro, if I had to choose one to go eat at tomorrow, probably get those ribs from Gus's. They were just damn fine ribs. Damn fine ribs.
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for, the deciding factor, it's me. I knew that when I woke up today, I'd be making a strong decision. Huge. I told myself, take a vitamin, stretch, put on sunscreen, really get ready. With the power vested in me, the state of California, my vote today for overall best meal. Blood sauce. Oh, it's good, overall meal. It is good.
Look, I've eaten it many times before. I will eat it many times again.
Yes.
Every single one was delicious. I recommend all three of these restaurants to you if you're in LA and you want the barbecue.
Apparently you can make Nutella cake in a mug. Yeah, using only 3 ingredients?
You're about to see the most unusual friendship between a human and a Black Panther. This is Tony Furco, part of Furco Brothers, who are the world's famous performers, entertainers, and magicians who perform live shows. Tony playing and wrestling with one of his big cats named Ferdinand is everything you need to see today. Ferdinand has been taken care of by Tony and his family ever since he was a baby, and is now 22 years old. Can't decide if this is cool or scary. It's bath day for Leo. This is his first bath in a bathtub at home. I had to bribe him to come in. He was interested, but not enthusiastic about hopping in. I put a treat in the corner to entice him. It didn't really work. Getting closer. But I had to bring in reinforcements. Then he decided he wouldn't sit down. The water was a nice temperature. Sometimes you just need a little coaxing. We finally prepped him for shampooing. And he really enjoyed his head massage from his dad.
What are you up to, Pringles?
But he didn't enjoy those shower rinse. It was time to dry and he
Nothing,
escaped.
chilling on creative.
He's an opportunist.
We're in the Munchies Test Kitchen. We're gonna make Chicky Chicky Farm Farm. Show you this thing. Chicky Chicky Farm Farm.
Pringles YC.
Chicky Chicky or Farm Farm Chicky Chicky. It's a reference to Parks and Rec when Tom talks about all the things he loves, but all like the weird little things he names things. So he calls Chicken Farm Chicky Chicky farm farm. So I've been calling this recipe that, and Peter just like gets angry every time. It's just like, it's chicken parm, it's chicken parm. So, lower third means sticky farm farm. This recipe is the best chicken parm you'll have in your life. We really like fucked with this recipe a bit to try to make it so it's super simple, super fast. We're going to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So they're a lot more juicy and tender than chicken breast, which is a tendency to dry out. We are going to also be making our own red sauce. So using can red sauce, we're going to use fresh tomatoes from the Munchies garden. These tomatoes are so juicy and just really tasty, so we're going to use fresh tomatoes. Okay, so to get our red sauce going, we're going to make that first. What's wrong with me right now? I want the coffee sticks then, right here. I had a coffee this morning. I don't usually drink coffee. We're going to make this a really smooth sauce. I'm going to put it in the blender so you can kind of roughly chop your onions. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. But we're going to set that aside. I'm going to heat up a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there. I'm going to add my
Pringles wanna run some doors.
sizzle. We're going to add 1 clove of garlic. Roughly chop this guy. Season this with salt. I don't need to get too much color on this, so I'm going to add the salt. It's going to help draw the moisture out and soften it up really quickly. Okay, look, it's already pretty soft. This is a really fast, really
Sure, G. Sure.
add the garlic in. Cook that for another minute or so. You don't have to peel these guys. You don't have to do anything. Just roughly chop them. These are going to break down in our sauce. So easy. We're using about a pound of tomatoes. Whenever we're doing Name That Tune, 9 out of 10 times. The reason why, I'm going to give you a little backstory on Jingle Bells. My dad is the Iranian with my family. My mom's actually Italian. She's Italian-American. So we celebrate Christmas in my house. My dad was just like doing whenever Jingle Bells was on. My dad don't really like just like randomly like that. It's like weird. It's a really weird thing. Like he just like does it, and now it's like become like an ongoing joke in my house. I'm going to get my bowls ready to bread my chicken. So, little 5 plates. Nice shallow dishes. Okay, we're gonna put flour, one of these, panko, about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese in with the panko. We're gonna do some eggs into this bad boy. Still got it. Yep, look at that. If you don't have 3 pie plates, which you probably don't unless you're like a pie freak, you can use shallow plates, shallow bowls, whatever. We're constantly breading things. Not the cooking show, remember? The breading show. The breading show right below there. So I always see my interns using pie plates, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I don't know. I never
Pringles, you got a mic.
So literally, my interns taught me something. We're all here to learn. Everyone's learning every day. If you're not learning every day, not a third of a cup. Break down a little bit. It's gonna take like 10 minutes or so. Cook right there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna prep up the chicken. Prep up the chicken. Crack myself up. I don't know why that was funny, but prep up my chicken. You laughed, right? Smiling a little bit. You just think I'm stupid. That's why you're smiling. This recipe has a lot of my mom and my dad in it. My mom is Italian American, and my dad. No jokes.
Yo, Paradox, what's up, G?
The reason I'm doing
Happy birthday, shop bro.
Very tender. So I'm not really trying to tenderize the meat. I'm just trying to spin it out a little bit because we're gonna pan fry it in here, and then we're gonna add the sauce back in, and then top it with cheese, and it's not gonna bake in the oven for like 20 or 30 minutes. We're just popping it under the broiler, so it cooks really fast. The chicken's gonna stay nice and
Yo,
crispy on the
Parado.
outside, tender and juicy in the middle. It's like the fastest chicken farm of your life. Okay. So, I'm going to season the chicken with salt. I can't use two hands because this one's dirty still, so I need you to grind the pepper on this one. Let's go one way to grind it. Don't go back and forth. It bothers me when people grind it on it. Okay, you can sit down now. That's right.
Yo, I'm back. We just went to do something. Shit. Yo, I got to go to bed, sorry. Catch you later, G.
I made it for my boyfriend once. He's like, I love chicken parm. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make chicken parm. This guy is such an asshole. He's not gonna watch this because he's not such an asshole. And he's like such a snob about Italian food. He's from Rhode Island. And I was make this for him, and he's just like,
Have a good sleep.
he's like, it's fine. Like, putting a lot of effort to making you dinner. Like, don't be a jerk. We're going to blend up our sauce. My sauces are always really simple. It's just like a combination of onion, garlic, maybe tomato paste if you need it, but because these are fresh tomatoes, have a really nice tomato flavor. You don't need tomato paste. One thing to remember also, those have food that's very dense all the levels. Really? What do you do now then? We're gonna pour in most of this red sauce. Orange sauce, correct myself. Into here. Pop our chicken into here. Like a little game of Tetris, make sure it all fits. You can overlap it, it's not a huge deal, really. Overlap some stuff. Pour some more sauce over the top, just a little bit. Cheese. We're gonna top it with some more Parmesan. Pour a little bit more on top of it. Okay. This is going right in the boiler. All back, Peter.
Fuck.
Wait.
GG.
People like DM me though, they're just like, they're like, I can't cook anything now without
Fucking
singing that
read,
song.
man.
Like anytime I'm doing anything, they're like waiting for something to happen, they sing it. It's catchy. I want to make my own album. The 2 songs on it are gonna be that and Jingle Bells. Oh,
Anyways,
perfect.
happy birthday. And I'm out of here.
Because I love Peter so much.
Peace.
I'm gonna give him the first
Catch you
plate.
later, Pringle.